So this is the first video on roots. For the first question we have 2 root 3 plus 3 root 3. So we're trying to add these two figures. So because we have root 3 and root 3 on both, we can actually just add the two numbers. So the answer will be, because they have the same root, if they don't have the same root, you can't actually add this. But since they have the same root, the answer is 5 root 3. So for question 2, we have 2 root 6 minus 3 root 6. So we have the same roots as for 2 root 6 and 3 root 6. Root 6 in both. So you can just subtract the numbers. So 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So it will be minus, we assume there's a 1 there, even though we don't actually write it, minus root 6. So that is the answer for this question. So for question 3, we have 3 root 24 minus 3 root 6. So this time we cannot do 3 minus 3 because we have different roots. There's a root 24 and a root 6. So root 24 can be simplified. So 3 root 24 is actually 3 times root 6, which can be simplified more, but we're not going to do that here because it's not necessary, times root 4 minus 3 root 6. So root 4 is, root 4 is the same as 2 because 4 is a square, 4 is the square of 2. So if 4 is 2 squared, then you root 4 and you get 2. So you have 2 here. 3 times 2 times root 6. So that would be 6 root 6 minus 3 root 6. Now we have the same roots, root 6 and root 6. So we can just do 6 minus 3, which will equal 3 root 6. That is the end of this question. So for question 4, we have open brackets 1 plus root 2, close bracket, then open brackets 2 minus root 2. So first we have to expand brackets like normal. So we start with 1 times 2. Well, that is 2. Very hard. Then we have 1 times minus root 2, which will give you minus root 2. Then we have root 2 times 2 to give you plus 2 root 2. Then you'll have root 2 minus root 2, which will actually give you root 4, but root 4 can be simplified to 2, so it'll just be minus 4 here. Sorry, minus 2 here. Simplify this, we will get, so 2 plus 2 and minus 2, they will cancel out, and we have minus 1 root 2 and plus 2 root 2. So we will actually just be left with root minus root 2 as our final answer. So for question 5, you have open brackets 1 plus root 5, close brackets, and open bracket 7 plus root 2. So first you have to expand the bracket. So 1 times 7 that's 7. Then 1 times root 2, that is root 2. Then we have root 5 times 7, which would be 7 root 5. Root 5 times root 7, yes. Then root 5 times root 2, which will have plus. So root 5 times root 2 will actually be root 10, because if they're both roots, you multiply. If it's root times root, you multiply them, but you cannot add roots. So it'll be root 10. And you can actually not simplify this anymore, because this says that this is root 2, this is root 5, and this is root 10. And even if you tried putting it with root 5 plus times root 2, you couldn't simplify it any further, because they're multiplied by each other, and these are added together. So this is the final answer for this question.